welcome to Stitches and Sundries. This is a Flosstube, a podcast about cross stitch and stitchy goodness. My name is Lauren. You can find me on Instagram at LaurenUpStitching, which I sometimes post to. And it's halfway through the month, but I'm doing a 2023 wrap-up and WIP parade and finishes and everything I've got. I've just pulled it all out and we're going to look through all of it. Because, you're supposed to do that at the end of the year, right? And I recorded this whole thing about a week ago, went to edit it, and it was a completely empty file. The magic of video is very strange to me. But anyway, so now I have even more progress to show, which is nice. And yeah, so we're going to hop right into it. I have no clue. Holidays happened. Fun. Great. Had a wonderful time with my family. But I'm here to talk about cross stitch, which I am excited about for 2024. So let's talk about goals. Let's talk about all kinds of fun stuff. If you are the type to make stitching goals and do that kind of stuff, tell me what they are so I can compare how bad I'm doing. Because I feel like I'm comparatively, I think I have over 10 WIPs to show. And that for me feels enormous. And over the Christmas break, I was watching so many Flosstubes of WIP, and it kept recommending me WIP parades. YouTube kept recommending WIP parades. 70, 90, 120 WIP, 203 WIPs. I'm like, oh, my anxiety. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even. So don't expect that from this. If you're new here, don't expect that from me. I just can't. But I have a few things, and I've made some good progress, and I'm excited about things I'm going to start in the future. So, let's jump into cross stitch. Tell me all about your year end. Anyway. All right, so if you've been here, I journal. I journal all my stitching. So, for the end of the year, I bought myself a new journal, and I labeled it my 2023 project journal, and I moved all the complete, fully finished objects into this new journal. Or I guess it's going to be the old journal because this is going to be for 2023. Just moved everything over. If it's fully finished, it's in here. So that amounted to 8 fully finished objects. However, I did roll over some 2022 projects that I finished as well. So I think all in all, I have 12 fully finished and 14 finishes. Not terrible. I was really pleased with that. I don't do a lot of giant full coverage, so I don't do barely any giant full coverage. So that feels good to me. I was surprised. I felt really kind of unproductive, especially in the middle of the year, when I was really struggling with depression and stuff. But looking at the numbers at the end, not bad. I put in over 100,000 stitches, I think, which I'm sure for some of you is like minor, but to me it was really good. So I finished that off. So let me pull out, I think I have here, I'm disorganized. I have no idea how I'm doing this, even though I recorded this once. No idea. So I kept my list of goals from 2023. And in 2022, I think I accomplished all my goals except for crochet goals. I think I kept all my cross stitch goals. Or I made all my cross stitch goals. All right, 2023 goals. Finish all 2022 projects. That didn't happen. I abandoned one. I abandoned a full coverage that I just was not enjoying and was not happy with. And then I still have two outstanding that just did not get done. They could have maybe if I had been just dedicated to doing only 2022 projects, not starting anything new. Where's the fun in that? So it's fine. So they will carry forward into 2024. Oh, that's so weird to say. Each week, choose a focus piece and manage projects better and try that out for 6 months. I did manage to do that. I tried it for 6 months and then decided it wasn't for me. But I wanted to give it a decent go on how I keep bumping the table, how people manage their rotation and blah, blah, blah. It wasn't for me. It did make me make progress on certain projects that I was not getting out. But when life would, I do a lot of gift stitching. Almost every single finish in this is gift stitching. When timelines would come up, I'd have to kind of abandon it, and it just kind of wasn't working for me. So I did try it. I did complete that goal, but it just wasn't for me. Stitch more Halloween and keep a spooky stitch going. I don't know if I managed more Halloween, but I did keep spooky stitches going all year. And I feel like I did actually manage to get more Halloween. Yeah, I think so. If nothing else, I got more. I have Greenhouse of Oddities. I think I did more creepy, or esoteric. I'll put that, like, that kind of vibe. So I'm going to say I kept that. At least once a month participate in social media. No. I was really bad about that last year. I'm going to get better. I'm keeping that goal for 2024 because I think the social media aspect, not the social media aspect, but the interacting with other cross-stitchers and other people and hobbyists in the space is the fun part. Like, I love that. And so it's a hard thing to motivate myself to do for some reason. And as soon as I start to fall off the track, I'm like, oh, I'm off. I'm abandoned. I'm left behind. I have no clue what's going on. I shouldn't even try. And then, like, as soon as I start trying it, I'm like, oh, I love it here. That's so nice. Get your shit together. I can't, but I'm trying. That's the fun part. So I want to be better about participating in social media, being on Instagram, participating in some of the Facebook cross-stitch groups and stitch-alongs that I'm a part of, and participating on some of designers' Patreons. That is a thing I'm going to be doing this year. And then finally, get my cross-stitch supplies more organized. Achieved. I definitely did that. My stuff is so organized. I could teach a class on how to organize your cross-stitch. It's beautiful. I can find everything. I know exactly what I have. So, I think I got, 3 out of 5. 60%. It's failing grade, but, I mean, goals are just goals. It's like a New Year's resolution. Like, you try. And I did. I tried. So, I'm going to put on the screen. So, this was I posted this on Instagram. This was my, like, finish, like, 9 or 8 or 9 or whatever of my finishes for 2023. And only 2 of these were things that I actually kept for myself. Almost all of them were gift stitches. I also have a couple that aren't pictured there. These were just like ones I had pictures of or that were my favorites. The only ones that I actually kept were Lost by the Retro Stitcher, which is a little guy in the TV. He's on there somewhere. This is covering my face. I don't know why I'm gesturing. And the Stegosaurus Little Pillow by Happy Little Mouse. So those are the only 2 finishes, fully finished objects, that I kept for myself. So that is going into 2024 goals. Let's close this book. Bye book. Way over here. Going into 2024 goals, that is one of my goals, is to do less gift stitching. I really overdid it. I love to gift stitch. I really do. But stitching with a deadline and things like that, not something, I really burnt myself out on that last year. Something is breaking my back. So I am going to participate in social media and the social side of cross stitching way more. That is one of them. Less gift stitching, that is a goal. All my 2022 projects have to be finished in 2024. I'll show those off in a minute. And then I have a, not even a large full coverage, but my only full coverage piece. And I want to make at least 25% progress on it for the year. I think that's super doable. I can probably like blast past that. But in case I can't, I'm setting a realistic, achievable goal. I'm not good at that, but I'm trying. So realistic achievable goals. So it's just a little list. It's more guidelines. Just try and motivate myself. Nothing crazy. But yeah. So I had a couple more finishes before the end of the year. So I think I'm going to show those off. And so when something gets fully finished, I am moving it from my main notebook that stays out all the time on my countertop and gets in the way all the time, where I keep all my notes. When it's fully finished, I'll move it into the year that it was completed or that it was started. So I have currently ongoing my old 2022 notebook, my 2023 notebook, and now my current active WIPs notebook. That's a lot. It's getting kind of messy, but I need to get these last two finished and I can put this one on the shelf for good. One thing I'm loving about my notebooks is I moved to the 6-ring binder method instead of the spiral bound. And so I just moved it. It didn't take a freaking, I don't have to like rewrite anything. So I'm so glad I moved that. And these are like $11. Like, it's not much more than picking up a spiral bound notebook. So sorry, I don't know why I'm coughing. Probably because there's mold in my work building. So finishes, year-end finishes. So right before year-end, I did a push to get a couple of finishes done, and I managed it. One is because I believe her name is Carol. She's in my comments yelling at me to finish I Want to Believe. So I Want to Believe by Alliton Embroidery is complete. It is done. It is ready to be fully finished. And this was a 2022 project that had been hanging out there. It's kind of hanging over my head. Got it done. I love it so much. It's so pretty. It's so bright and lovely. I plan to finish this as a throw pillow for my sister. And here is the fabric I got. It's a velveteen, kind of like upholstery fabric, because I wanted something with no stretch, and velvet is often a stretch. And I think it'll go, hold it up here. I think it'll go really nice with like all the colors because it's just kind of a neutral gray. I was going to get turquoise. I was like, that's a lot of turquoise. I was going to get pink. She's not really a pink girl. So I tried to go for like silver spaceship. So yeah, that one is complete. Oh God, I unrolled it all. And now I need time and thought to roll it back up. Go up there. Second finish is... Ooh, I gotta look up who did this one. I looked it up. The book's right there. This one is Eat Crow by Plum Street Samplers. I stitched this on 14 count Misty Taupe by Charles Craft Aida. It's just basic Aida. And I changed the wording to Buzz Off. If you want to know why I did that or where that comes from, check out a previous video. I feel like I've talked about it 100 times. But it's done. It's done. This one is for me. This is the only one this is the only other. So that's 3 total that are personal stitches for the whole year of 2023. Finishes. I've stitched other things, but they're just not done. But, so yeah, we're going to fix that in 2024. We're going to do a lot more for me. So yeah, he is done. He is complete. I plan to finish him as like a mini banner. Get one of those sticks with the design at the top and let him be like a wall hanging for a mini banner. I love his colors. He turned out so great. He's definitely going to be kind of like fall decor, and I store my things in these old Aida, like what Aida comes in when you buy cheap Aida. I store my finishes in them because then they don't need ironed as much, and I put them in a dark place and the sun doesn't get to them. They're very convenient if your projects are small enough. All right. out of the way. Just stuff sitting everywhere. All right. WIP parade. It's time. Time for WIPs. I'm going to start with my two oldest. So these are the two hanging out from 2022 that I am going to prioritize finishing. So this is, pull it back here. This is CryptoNaturalist Stampler by Screaming Heart Designs. Took it off its little frame, scroll frame, to pull it out and take a look at where I'm at. I think I am at 50% done. Oh, let's look. Since we have all the knowledge in the books, the Bible's out in front of us. 62. Ooh, better than I thought. 62%. So I'm not that far from the bottom corner, but there's a big old chunk of black here that is going to take quite a while. So I love this. I can't wait to have this done for my work. It just has fallen off in priority because of all the gift stitching. So we're going to calm that down and get back to this lovely thing that I absolutely adore. So I wanted we're also moving into a new building. I mentioned my work building has mold because we're in this like temporary structure. Well, they build us a new building. And so we'll be moving in there, and hopefully I'm banking on getting an office. They are not giving offices out to many people, but I am going to try and get one. So then I can decorate my office with cross stitch. Yes. I'm stitching this on 28 count Crystal Highland. Yeah, Crystal Highland by Picture This Plus. It is a opalescent fabric. Kind of isn't picking up on the screen very much, but it's got opal threads in it. So I've seen ones where they like spray it with an opalescent, and that stuff wears off just by stitching on it. This is, the threads are woven through, so it will stay beautiful and shiny. And I love it so much. I love it so much. All right. Just gonna roll you up for storage purposes. Storage purposes, and I have nowhere to set the darn thing. There we go. And then my other 2022 holdover is Tea Time by Riolis. This is a Riolis kit I started in summer of 2022. I have no idea where I am on it. I could get my other book out and look. But I've made pretty good progress on it. Where am I? Let's look. Since we have all the books, we can look at all the things. I'm probably bumping the camera really bad. Tea Time. Ooh, I have not worked on this much at all. 41%. 41%. So, I mean, not bad. Not going to take me a crazy amount of time. That's not including back stitching and all the... There's some little finishing things for this one, but it's going to be so cute when it's done. So this is going to get done in 2023, no matter what. Or in 2024. Oh, it's 2024 already. So no matter what, those are going to get done. So that is my two that I'm bringing over. All right. Make a pile. 2023 starts that are still WIPs. Let's go. This is Dungeon Master by StitchItPicasso. I have a good start on it. I started this in November for New Start November. And it's really pretty. I can't wait to have it done. I really like this. I'm going to do the whole set. Maybe not the entire set. We play Pathfinder in this house, not D&D, but they're very similar. And so I want to have all of them up in our game room, just out there. Whoop. Don't fight me. There we go. So that one, I'm just pulling these randomly. I could pull them in order of start, but why would I do that? That's not right now. This one is Make Today Magical by Tiny Modernist. She is releasing the last part of this, I think February 1st. And so I couldn't have even completed this if I wanted to. I couldn't have, because it's not even done yet. I've kept up pretty well with it. I'm a little behind, but not really. Like, so there we go. So I have finished everything except the very last part she just released in December, which is down here, this part 6. There's a cat. But it is really coming along. I really love these colors. It's one of my favorites to stitch on. Stitching this on 18 count Pansey by Picture This Plus. And the blue on that purple is so pretty. I just can't get over it. So, loving it. It's so pretty. Okay. How do I have this folded? Try and fold things consistently. There we go. So that I'm on track to finish relatively on time. So she's going to release the last part in February, and I don't think it'll be much further past that for finishing that up. This is You Rock by Stitchrovia. This is another New Start November start, so I haven't gotten a ton on it because I haven't really worked on it since then. But there's my little progress, my little start. I'm stitching this on 28 count Sunflower Lugana by BeStitchMe. And it's so pretty. It's going to look so good. It's going to look so good. I think I talked about it in another episode, but with the way digital media is going, I'm getting back into collecting physical media. So like DVDs and Blu-rays. And one of the things I want to do is I have my mom's record collection. So I have a lot of stuff from the 60s and 70s. I want to get artists that I follow as well on vinyl and have like a record area somewhere. I gotta find room for all my crap. And have that be part of that area. This is Greetings from Beyond by Night Spirit Studio. And I think I'm doing really good on this one. Where am I at on this one? I work on this one at work. So, I'll look here in a minute. There's where I'm doing really good. I've only got that one corner. And I need to start looking for a frame for this. It's kind of an awkward shape to try and frame. But I think I can do it. I think I can find something. I love thrifting frames and finding stuff in junk stores or eBay. So, and I do want this framed because it is going to be a sister piece to this one. And I'm going to start a collection wall or a gallery wall. So I do want it framed. So pretty. Love this. I'm at 82% on this one. So yeah, this one's coming along. Oh, and I'm stitching that on 28 count Plum Pudding. 28 count Plum Pudding by Mountain Aire Fabrics. Is that right? That's what it's looking like to me. I'm sorry, 32 count. 32 count Plum Pudding by Mountain Aire Fabrics. Got that on Stashtopia, I believe. Next up, this is Beggar's Christmas by Threadwork Primitives. Double check. Threadwork Primitives. That's what the book says. This was another New Start November. And I'm doing really good on this one. I think I'm 40%. 45%. I know what I'm talking about sometimes. And I'm stitching this one on 28 count Vintage Snowy White from Zweigart, I think. And yeah, it's a little Christmas start. Hopefully have it done by next Christmas. I think I can manage that. That gold border though, that's a chunk. It's interesting though. It's fun stitching. All right, I should do that one over there. This one is Greenhouse of Oddities by Lola Crow. I haven't worked on this in a couple months because I had so much freaking gift stitching due at the end of the year. But I can't wait to get back into it. That is so pretty. It's so pretty. I love the colors, and it's one of my favorite patterns to work on. Like, reading the pattern is just nice, and working the pattern is just like, it's just designed very well. Like, I think Lola Crow, who's another one? Witchy Stitcher, Lola Crow, Witchy Stitcher. They're the ones I actively have noticed it on. Are just like intuitive pattern designers or something. Like, the way you would want to stitch is the way they have designed it to stitch. There's no like huge long strings of things, and like, it's just like thoughtfully designed. I quite like it. And I'm stitching this on, I can't remember. This is 28 count natural linen from Hobby Lobby. Back when I shopped at Hobby Lobby. And it is the perfect background fabric, I think. All right, I'm going to do this one over here just so I don't forget it. There it is. This is Graveyard by Nazaire. She's a pixel artist on Instagram and Reddit and other places. She does video game art and stuff. This was an original work by her, and I asked her if I could convert it to pixel art, or to cross stitch, and she said yes, because she's wonderful. And this is my little start, or about 3% done, I think. And I'm just going to be working, I'm going to do all the way across the top, and it's going to be just those 4 colors. There's like, what is it, 6 colors? 6 colors, I think. All the way across the top. But I think it's not that big. I made it, I'm doing it on 18 count Easy Grid Aida for size purposes. So I think like there is the center of the piece. So it's not going to be super wide. It's not going to be a ginormous piece. But I am enjoying stitching on it immensely. When I get this out, it is lovely to stitch on. And yeah. Just a little whip. This was also a new start November, I think. I can't remember. And it is my one big full coverage piece that I'm doing. And so it is the one with the get to 25% goal. And let me just check where I'm at. I think I'm at 3%. Ooh, I'm at 4.3%. So I'll do fine. I'll get to 25% easy. I think so. All right. And this is the last whip I've got. This is My Rotting Body by Contrary Perry. And I love this. Made some good progress on this lately. So there's where I'm at. I'm working on that little skull down there. He's filling in nicely. Got all the mushrooms and flowers on this side done. So we'll start working up the sides soon. And I'm stitching this on 28 count Lazy River by White Wicelt. I don't think they make this fabric anymore. I got this as a remnant. But it's turning out really lovely. I'm loving the... I was a little wary of the green on green, but I actually love how it stands out. And I'm at 45%, I think. I don't have it written down here. So 45%, I think, on that. So almost halfway. Doing really, really good on that. And it's also a very nice stitch. It's kind of popcorny. You're just kind of filling in the skull. So those are all my active WIPs going into 2024. So nothing crazy. No huge WIP parade for me. It's just not... Oh, wait. No, I got one more. I've got one more. It's just not my style to be that big. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this will be 11. So, I think it was Carol again who yelled at me. Don't be so mean to me, Carol. But she also told me about a stitching tradition started by a Belgian floss tuber who you start a sampler on New Year's Day and you put the last stitch of it in on January 31st. And it's supposed to like get your juices flowing for the year, but also like bring good luck and just a couple other things. It seemed like a super cute tradition. So I thought, I'll give it a try. And so I'm not a big sampler girly, but as I looked it up, and pretty much anything can be a sampler. I think you can either do the Quaker style where you have the like kind of like motifs, the individual motifs. You can do like long dog where it's just huge, like overlapping everything. Letters, numbers, and a phrase, right? Like any of those things qualify as a sampler. Easy. So I chose Light a Single Candle by Modern Folk Embroidery. This is one I've had in my like to be done bucket for a while. One of my like chosen patterns. It's free on their website. And I'm recording this. Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And I believe it's a quote from him. And there's where I'm at. And it's so pretty. It's turning out so good. So I picked it because I thought it was small enough to be done in a month. But it's also just a lovely sentiment. And I love it on this fabric. So this is just 14 count navy Aida from Charles Craft. I think I got it at a thrift store. But the thread I'm using is BeStitchMe hand-dyed silk floss in the color Sunflower. And it stands out so beautifully. And I just love it so much. I love it so much. It's a joy to stitch on. So I will be finishing this on the 31st of January. Just putting that last stitch in, hopefully. And not rushing to try and get it done. But I think I'm like 30% done already. What is this? Light a single candle. 35% done already. And I've only worked on it, I think, 3 days. So, 3 evenings. So, yeah, that'll go very quickly. And it's so pretty. It's so pretty and positive and bright. And I love it. So, one of my goals in 2024 is to do more actual smalls. To me, something like my Rotting Body is a small. It's about 7,000 stitches. Or I should say, no, I shouldn't say that. It's not small. It's my perfect size project. My perfect size project is like between 6,000 and 8,000, and that's like 7,000. Perfect. It's like big enough that I feel like I've gotten into something and I'm getting something out of it, but it's not so huge that it's going to take me 2 years to finish. I love it. Last year I did almost no actual smalls. So this year, one of my goals is to do some smalls. So like this, I am also going to be doing StitchCrypt is her designer name. She has a Patreon where she's doing the Year of Cryptids. My sister loves cryptids. And so each month she's releasing a small of a cryptid that you can finish as like a tag, or you can finish them all together. I'm going to be finishing them individually. And they will just be like munchies. Like, oh, there's a finish. There's a finish. Because I love a finish. I want a completed object in my hand. And last year's not that great for that. The previous year, I did flowers of the month. So every month I did a mini like flower for my calendar at work. And that was really nice. I felt like I was getting somewhere with that. I fell behind a little bit and then had to rush to catch up. But I mean, it was good. It was very nice to do. So I'm going to do that. And this is part of that. Just smalls. Happy, productive stitching is going to be part of my goals for 2024. So yeah, that's all the big stuff I have. I am ready to go into the new year and hopefully do some fun projects and beautiful things. And that's the goal, right? Let me think here. I have some other stuff going on in the background. I'm not going to talk about it yet, but I will. It is relevant to cross stitching, so I will be talking about it in the future. But it is taking up a lot of my time and like energy. But that's actually a good thing, I think. I'm taking up time and energy on something I'm really enjoying. So once I'm in a good place there, I'll be talking more about what I've been working on. And yeah, everything else is put the lid closed on 2023. Put that rather annoying year, just put it away. Start fresh, something new, something better, hopefully. So, again, if you have goals, if you are a goal girly, if you are an organizer, take notes kind of girl, tell me all, or boy, or person, take notes, or take notes. Tell me all about your notes down in the comments. I would love to hear them. I love comparing how we all organize. And I hope your 2024 is bright and positive and going in a wonderful direction. And if it's not, we'll get it turned around. We totally will. Anyway, I'll be back probably in a month. That seems to be like my new schedule. I always aim for 2 weeks, and something always happens that it's not possible. So I'm going to say a month. And if I get more often than that, great. So I will see you in February at some point. I hope you all have a wonderful year. Stay safe, stay sane.